Welcome back, our lovely salties. On today's episode, we've been MIA for a few weeks, but we're back, baby. And on Saltbox Topic, it's everyone's favorite, our beach's tide check. With spring break wrapped up, it's time for the locals to party. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to get a little salty with us. I should have saved it for the recording, but like, well, that was a
That was a. I
They
got
don't
my
need-
Bolt shirt on. I don't know if you can tell.
I can tell that is a bolt. There we go.
It's a Bolt. The Bolts won last night.
Good.
The series is now tied. Tied. And so the best game
So
Wednesday night.
I can hear even my St. Louis hockey friends screaming at me. Not a hockey girl. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think we talked about that once
The
before.
Lightning are in the playoffs. Correct?
They are. They were down 2-0 last night, and they came back and won 3-2. So that was
Who are
exciting.
they playing?
Canadians.
Oh, well, the USA. Let's go. Yeah.
I know. Well, that's what's
That
kind
makes
of
it
funny
easy.
about it. I wish I could answer a little bit more about it, but I've been kind of getting it on clips because although it was on, the NFL draft was on, and that trumps everything in my house.
Mandatory, right?
And it's just like mandatory. I don't know. Fortunately, it's now down to 8 minutes before each pick, so it does break down the time. So it's not nearly as long. It went from 10 minutes to 8 minutes this year. 2 more minutes to get back in my life.
I had no idea.
My husband has been serious about the NFL draft since I've known him. It is an event because our children are a product of my husband. I have 2 boys that are incredibly excited about it too. And so Tampa got a really good pick. So don't ask me exactly anything. They got 2 defensive picks that they really, really needed. So that's exciting. But I have to tell you, I don't know if you saw. So it is really sweet moment. You know, they're usually with their family. They get the call. They videotape it.
Yep.
Yeah, they get excited about it. They find out who it is. And it really, really is a sweet moment because it just, like anyone in life, when you've got a goal that you have to work at your whole life, it's pretty amazing. But I have to tell you, who stole the show is a chocolate lab. And I'll have to show you the video. So there's a video that's circulating about, I don't even know who the kid is because it doesn't matter. It's about the chocolate lab.
Doesn't matter yet.
It doesn't. Well, it's not for my team, so it doesn't. I don't think it was for Kansas City either. So they get the call. They're all celebrating. The guy stands up. He's shaking his mom's, hugging, kissing. And you see the chocolate lab like, okay, cool. You guys are up. I'm going to get up on the couch. Okay, I'm going to try this way now. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this way. Okay. Yeah, great. You've moved away from the couch. And now it is up on the couch. And it's just laying there like, cool, what happened?
Anybody?
Yeah, he doesn't care. The chocolate lab does not care. It literally stole the show. It's so adorable.
I saw a viral video and it had a little white dog. And the kid was sitting on the couch and the dog was laying next to him. And then he was obviously surrounded by family and friends. And my algorithm might have thrown me. I'm that old lady now where it might be a video from 3 years ago. I'm sure your brood could tell me if it was not from this year. Yeah. But he gets the call. Kid seems very sweet, very country, I'll say it. He's like, thank you, sir. No, thank you. And then he hangs up and then everyone's like, yay. And they all stand up and the dog just starts prancing on the couch like he's trying to clap. Like everyone else in the room is clapping. And so he acts like he's trying to clap on the couch. And so it was really cute though.
That's really cute.
I'm a sucker for a dog video.
Me too. Yeah, I was watching all of them and I was loving them. And then all of a sudden I was like, and this one might be the best one I've ever seen.
Because it makes me think of that Chiefs player that actually has an alligator for a pet. And I cannot think of his name right now, but I'm like, man, it would have been cool to see his draft video. I mean, he's not even a Florida man. Like that's the confusing thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, good listeners, but I'm pretty certain this man is not even from look at her looking at me. He's a Chiefs player. I swear this is a real thing. I swear.
I know where Kansas City is, and that is not good for a reptile.
Hang on. I gotta prove it. Player alligator. Duh. There we go. Alligator pet. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Our running back fullback, Carson Steele, owns a pet alligator. His name is Crocky J, and he is a 4 to 5 foot, 100-pound alligator. It was a childhood Christmas gift. They lived in Indiana. See, this is, I'm saying there makes no sense. And
Zero.
where do you buy an alligator in Indiana?
Well, maybe Gary. I mean, we've discussed Gary being kind of shady before, so that might be where you would get an alligator. Or you would have to like order it online. I don't know.
I can't, there's contradicting information if it's Crocky J or if it's Rocky J.
Okay, so if it's Crocky J, then it's probably crocodile.
Well, that's the thing. It's referring, it says it's a viral, the alligator is still alive. Apparently, this was a childhood Christmas gift, and apparently the alligator lives in Indiana and is a viral sensation and the unofficial mascot for the team, earning Carson the nickname Crocodile. So that's his that's his thing. And he's not that old. I mean, he's in his 20s. So yeah, there you go.
That is, I will take useful things that I don't need to know in my life for 1,000.
But don't you actually wish deep down that there's a draft video of him? Like, don't you? Like, what if he just went like, like you know, like when they got the call, the Gators like,
yeah,
you know,
I mean, that would probably go viral.
I think so. I mean, if anything, I should go viral for trying to do it. But
well,
like,
I mean, I think you should go viral for even mentioning it because it's like, what?
I'm wearing red. You know what? Subconsciously, this means something. I'm starving for the NFL. So
yes.
I didn't watch the draft like it's a regular occurrence in your house, but I imagine like it's on like the NASA, you know what I mean? Like it's just your husband and your kids are just sitting in front of which I've seen it. There's multiple televisions.
Yes. It's on like
in
the
your
New
living
York
room.
Stock Exchange.
Yes.
It's like a ticker all the time. And that's literally the best way to say that it looks like is it's a ticker all the time.
Or it's like the UN.
You've got like people saying like, we've got two different networks. You got ESPN covering, and then you have the NFL network, which is usually run by those that actually watch and talk about college all the time because there's ESPN that talks about football all the time. So it just depends on like what you like. I mean, for instance, it just depends on what you like. So if you're a college fan, you would want to watch the NFL network because it shows all of the college kids that you watched, right? And then, but if you're an NFL fan, you actually want to know about it from like Adam Schefter's perspective or whether other guys. I
never even thought about that as somebody that does not follow collegiate sports.
Yes.
Tell me the stats. Tell me the bottom. I guess I'm the bottom line girl on that, where I'm just like,
no, and I think that probably the
sporting world,
yeah, pick. Yeah. And, you know, so someone like my mom that likes college sports would be more interested. And my dad follows that more than they do the NFL. So, but, and then you can take Brody, my middle child, and Mike Evans announced that he was going to be number 5. Not that this has anything to do with the NFL draft. I'm just trying to show his knowledge. And I'm like, number 5. And he's like, yeah, that's what he was in high school. Wait, what? Grown man is like 30 years old. He's like older than, I don't know. So, you know, you have people that just, and the sporting and the betting world really changed everything too.
That's very, you know what, I feel like that is true. And there's so many avenues now for sports betting. It's
not just about your team. If your team sucks, then you move on to something else, right? Like you just feel like, well, I'll just bet instead. And you can do like $5.
Stephanie, if you're addicted to gambling, no, right? She's like, you got to find it somewhere, man.
Please call in helpline
1-800-BETS-OFF. It's ironic
you don't know like that. Twice in the 3,000 episodes that we've done, and we make sure that we mention that might be an issue, but never once during these 3,000 episodes where we're openly drinking with open containers do we mention
trigger warning. 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clink, clink, ching, ching.
But guess what's on tonight?
Monday night?
American Idol has Taylor Swift songs.
God.
Follow along, Caitlin.
Girl, dude, I'm sorry. You know what? Thank you for telling me because now I'll look like a very thoughtful aunt because I have no doubt that my nieces will be
Yes.
tuning in.
Oh my
Okay.
God, of course, it's probably going to be.
Well, so
And
Avery watched the oldest, I understand, watched the Dancing with the Stars where it was Taylor Knight, you know?
yes,
So,
yeah. Did you and then over the weekend, I have to go see this movie, and I know you won't until it comes out. But the
I know
MJ movie
I
came
hate
out.
theaters.
But you hate them. You
I
hate
hate,
them.
I'm sorry.
You hate them. But
I
MJ,
need
the,
to
the
be
movie came out over the
dragged.
weekend. It was like the best sales like ever for a
Which movie?
docuseries. The Michael Jackson movie. The best opening weekend of a docuseries ever.
I'm not gonna lie, I still haven't even seen the Elton John one. I'm real bad. I'm bad. I'm really
That one
bad.
was pretty good. Yeah, that one was pretty good. But yeah, and the controversy behind this one was truly that well, it stops at 89, at like
What?
1989. It only goes to 1989.
It's a docu
Docuseries.
series. Okay.
Yes.
All
So,
right.
and they said that they would do more if money talked.
Okay. Okay.
Because the part that people are frustrated about is that it only goes to 1989, and the first, like, of course, allegation against Michael Jackson didn't come up till 93. So that was probably purposely done, but nonetheless, for all
It's
of
gonna be
the,
interested. It's gonna be interesting where they take it from there because I
it
mean,
will
and
be.
here's the thing. I said, they stopped at 89. What the hell? But then realizing it's a docu-series, that makes sense.
Yes.
I will say though, if then my brain got to thinking about it, I'm like, you don't think that there's enough stuff to talk about from the Jackson 5 in the 60s and through the 70s and
Oh,
then
exactly.
becoming his own
Oh,
and,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
obviously changing his race and whatever
Yes.
else.
Yes.
Plenty to talk about,
Plenty to
but
talk about.
it will be interesting because that kind of, yeah. Ooh, I totally random. My brain just went, brrrr. But I wonder who's going to play Elizabeth Taylor and Diana Ross. Do we know who played them? Do they even have parts in the movie? We do not have to Google this. I will do this later.
I don't
I
know.
just remember like his famous friends. Like he was friends with Elizabeth Taylor, like really good friends. They would go to public events together and like before she passed. And I know they've been friends since back in the day. And
Yes.
then same thing with Diana Ross. And like ever since they did that, what's that Wizard of Oz spinoff that they
Yeah.
did?
And
Ah,
yeah, the
frick,
Wicked.
Back to
The
Oz or something
Wicked.
like that.
Yeah, the Wicked spot.
I think it was Wicked. I think it was something else. I swear to God. Okay, why am I googling things tonight?
Yeah,
Okay,
well, that's okay.
Michael Jackson.
Well, that's
No, 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 no. The
interesting.
Wiz.
Uh,
There it is. The Wiz. So it was a 1978 movie, and it was kind of like an adaptation of The Wizard of Oz.
name is odd.
Well, actually, you know what? If we make a reel of this, I'm taking this photo that I just found. Why does it have to be yellow after you make that comment? Why is it yellow? Okay. It's funny. I rewatched the toilet bowl reel and I'm just like, Stephanie would know. I don't know. Toilet expert, right?
I'm yeah, I actually just updated my resume and made sure that I included that.
My God, actually, I thought of you. Speaking of toilets,
My God,
oh, I really did.
I'm
Trent
so
and I,
lucky that you
no,
think of me
Trent and I
when
were
you see a
driving and
toilet.
we were somewhere in St. Pete and we were stopped at a red light and on the side of the building, it said 7278 blah, 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 poop, POOP. And then in parentheses had what the
Thank you for
corresponding numbers were.
spelling poop
It
for
was
me.
for St. Pete Plumbing. Shout out to St. Pete Plumbing, man. Like you're doing the marketing, like on the side of the building, 7278 poop.
Well, thank you for spelling poop for me because I wasn't exactly sure how it was spelled. But
I
you
don't
were
know how they spell it down here. I think there's a W. I don't know. It's silent. I don't know. Pope. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. For our spelling impaired listeners.
Yep. And then did you see that Coachella had Madonna?
God, you're so much cooler than I am.
I'm like,
I
with
had
Sabrina
no idea
Carpenter.
that Coachella was going on.
Yeah,
No
with
idea.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Wait, did she make out with her like back in the day, like Britney and Christina?
No, it wasn't that wrong.
Oh, that
That wasn't.
callback would have been enough for me to
They
see
held
that.
hands.
That's okay. They
Yeah.
don't have to do that anymore. It's not as shock and awe, but it
I
would have
wouldn't
been
even say it's
cute.
first base.
Well, it would have been cute for me just for a callback of like, oh my God, do you remember that? That was like,
Yes.
like,
I would imagine Sabrina said no.
good for her.
Yeah.
Plus,
But-
at this point, Madonna, God, where else has she been, right? It's been 26 years.
I'm going to say, where else hasn't she been?
That's
That
what
might be
I'm
easier.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So, no, girl, do your thing. You've been single for a while. You're fine.
And I clearly have spent way too much time on the internet in the last week or two. As
I depend on
that's
it.
my life.
I'm going to need you to actually keep me completely up to date with this. So, yeah, you're my only. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. You literally are my lifeline to like current
I
current
am
pop
not
culture.
too afraid to tell you, then you're in trouble.
Because I said the Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, because if I'm your only lifeline.
No, you actually have your palm way more on the pulse than I do, so you're fine.
It goes in spurts.
You have no choice, though. It's the environment. It's nature versus nurture, and your nature right now is around young people.
Yes,
You're going to have no choice, but if you're not listening, Stephanie, your phone is listening, and your algorithms are affected by your adult children.
It is true. I mean, I can't deny the fact that for a couple of days I did see nothing but toilet ads on my Facebook feed. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. So
I brought it up again. I probably just kickstarted something else. So,
it is so funny though.
So for our Saltbox topic today, we actually had to combine everyone beach moving on.
Moving on so it doesn't become a toilet box topic.
Was I supposed to do a segue from a porta potty
let's just move on.
Porta potty to the beaches?
Yes. Let's move on from 1-800-POOP to Saltbox topic.
727 Woody's poop. No,
yes. That's too many numbers.
No, but again, it was St. Pete Plumbing. I mean, that's just fun. That's like the AC company saying, your wife called us, she's hot, or something like that. Like, it's like, it's just, that's funny. It's an AC company. It's funny, like, your wife's hot, you should call us, or something like that.
I love it.
Okay.
Anyway.
So we had to do something today. And the reason being is because, and I had to ask Stephanie, again, having her finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world, Wave Runner Business officially can say spring break is now.
We're on the backside of spring break. Yeah. Okay. New England didn't come out in the same droves as some of the others, but that's typical when Easter falls a little bit earlier.
Well, maybe they're ashamed of what their coach did. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
like, we can't go to Florida.
No,
I wouldn't stop them. They would say, we have to go to Florida.
We actually, that's where you go. You bury the bodies in Florida. That's where you go.
So with the wrapping up though of the major tourism from spring break, and we're kind of on the downside of it. Yes, good. Yay.
It was record setting according to like a couple of the different reports that I've seen. Pinellas beaches were record setting, so that's really exciting. But because Easter was a little bit earlier this year, April kind of fizzled out a little bit for some people, and I know that for some of the restaurants that was pretty difficult because they ordered a lot.
Oh no.
And then they had a lot of grouper. But anyway, that's not really the topic. We want to talk about the fact that now the locals are hanging out, and we got a lot of stuff for the locals.
There is a lot of things that are going on, and I feel like you and I have kind of been off on different, pick your story adventures, if you will.
We've been on our own spring break.
Oh, yeah, we'll call it that, I guess. So with that being said, we have no choice but to make the tide check, basically the Saltbox topic tonight. And oh my goodness, back at it again, I guess. I feel like there's been events that have been happening during the high season, during the spring break season here, but I'm just like, because I almost wanted to say we've been saving all these up.
Yeah.
Damn, people!
Yeah.
Like, was there a fire sale in the venues? Like, and we had to just
Exactly.
line them up like this. Like, this is crazy. And if you work a full-time job and you are a local, good luck.
Yes.
Good luck in the next coming few.
It's like sometimes we have a full aspirations
Oh yeah.
of being
Oh yeah.
present at all these events,
Oh,
and
yeah.
life happens.
It doesn't, it just can't. It just can't. I mean, unless I'm telling you right now, Stephanie, look at me. We will never take the position. If you work for the city, or if you actually serve in like a public service, like if you're on the commission, or if, things like that. And that's why I want you to look at me. You don't have time for that. Don't do
No.
it. I know people are going to start approaching you, and it's a matter of time.
No.
And I'm going to be right there and be like,
They won't hire me and they won't nominate me. I'm good.
okay, good. Okay, great. All right. Well, and I just want Mike be on record. Michael, I told her. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Notion
the record. The jury shall know. The record shall show.
Yeah.
Right.
Motion passed. Here we go.
Oh,
okay. So we have tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have to start Tuesday, people.
Yeah,
this
we have
is
to
what
start
we're
for
talking
Tuesday.
about. Yeah.
But tomorrow we have Meet the New City Manager, which I watched the meeting last week. First of all, I appreciate that it was short, because usually I think it was 17 minutes, and usually they're like an hour
17
or so.
hours.
Yeah, and I'm usually got my AirPod in and I'm walking around listening to it. But this one was 17 minutes, and Mary Emery Brooks, I just love her. She was like, and he starts tomorrow. It was like, wait, what? I mean, that's like the fastest hire contract signing that I've ever seen. So kudos that he's hitting the ground running, right? I mean, he wanted to, let alone that he could, and let alone that we got it all figured out.
And that's what my simpleton brain says, is that everyone seems to be in an easy agreement. And so the fact that it didn't go back and forth and negotiating and tit for tat and little little things, good. That's a great sign in my book.
Good on you, as you would say.
Yeah, good on you. Good
on you. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so we have that, and that's tomorrow at the Cambria.
Yes, so that's from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Cambria here in Madeira Beach.
That. 5 to 8 p.m. So we'll have to make an appearance at that, because
I feel like we have to check these off. Like good people, there are lists that are behind the camera here that you can't see, and trust me, we had to make a list. So that was Tuesday. Oh my God. Well, yours, my friend, is like an ink blot, and it's like, tell us what you see in here. But I love you, but like, damn, woman.
That is why I surround myself with the people that I do.
That's why I'm your transaction coordinator. Okay. Oh my God. All right. So then before we get into the 3-day escapades, we have to make sure that we mention the Madeira Beach Wednesday market. Yeah. So that's Wednesday, and that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. held on Madeira Way.
Yes.
There is no less than 10 to 20 vendors, right? And they're all local.
More.
I mean, it's a good showing.
It is a good showing, and I wish that there were more participants, but I'm not even. Yeah, I don't know exactly why we can't get a few more, but we'll figure that out.
I really am encouraged now, because given the fact that Saltwater Hippie has made their successful move across Madeira Way, they are open for lunch at 11 a.m. So guys, I know there's going to be food vendors that are here at the Madeira Beach Market, but if you're looking for a place to park, there is a parking lot that's behind the Saltwater Hippie.
Yeah.
I can imagine if you patron there for maybe a little, walking beverage as you're going through the market, that you would be allowed to park.
Yeah, just don't go park at the old Winn-Dixie, because all I keep seeing about is people getting towed. So don't do that.
We should make sure to say something in the fact that, because the masses will listen.
Yeah, the masses, they do. They all listen to us.
Behold, right. So, but no, do not park in the Winn-Dixie parking lot, the soon-to-be Aldi parking lot. They apparently are very, very serious about no one parking there.
Very serious. Welcome to the community. We're going to find you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I just hope that it's not being too harsh on the existing businesses that are still in the shopping center.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Shout out to Colette's Fashion. I know that you're there. Shout out to the Winn-Dixie Beer and Liquor, which, good people, is still open. Dollar store, right?
Yep.
I don't think there is
I think
a
there's a
smoke shop
there
now.
too. Yeah.
You're absolutely
Yep.
right. So, okay, guys, so that's Wednesday. And again, that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Wednesday market here in Madeira Beach on Madeira Way. Check. Okay. Now, this event, this is a coupled event, but the event we want to lead with is the King of the Beach fishing tournament, which you can actually see the lovely poster right behind me here. That actually officially begins on the 30th. And that's going to start with the captain's meeting, which of course always goes over the rules and regulations. It kind of just turns into, in my mind, a gathering of the regulars. And shout out to the Old Salts fishing group because they're always behind a good time. But then actually the big night, Friday, May 1st, the Madeira Beach is actually going to be doing on top of the King of the Beach, our Founders Day celebration. And I know you know more details about that Friday night.
Yeah. So that will be Friday night, and that is going to be I think it's the 33rd annual spring event. And so that will have vendors, that will have music, that will have artistry. And fireworks are at 9 p.m. and basically just celebrating Madeira Beach in general.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too. I really like that. And that one is supposed to be, well, I think the actual whole event starts at like 7. But
yeah, so
the schedule starts earlier.
Yeah, I actually went on to the King of the Beach event. So on May 1st, there is actually a kids fishing slam and community party from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now this is coupled with the Founders Day. So the kids fishing slam is going to be on Friday. Now with this being said, the captain's meeting, of course, again is on the 30th, but then the actual tournament fishing and weigh-in and the crowning is going to be on the 2nd, correct? Yeah. May 2nd.
And that will be at Rock Park.
Yes. So if anybody wants to type it into Google Maps, that's 200 Rex Place, Madeira Beach 33708.
ROC Park.
Yes. ROC Park. But it's very exciting. And, you know, it's funny because, again,
so much in this community.
There's so much going on.
There is. There's just so much in this community.
It's a can't stop, won't stop. And I love it. You know, there's other areas that are in our immediate surroundings that seem to have to concentrate on other things going on right now. And I know that their communities still have annual events that are still trying to occur and everything, but it's really nice that we kind of are trucking right along and moving right along and being able to successfully host these events, which is I
think it's fantastic. And then an event that we haven't, I can't say that I even ever, they did an event earlier this year in March, but it didn't catch our eyes for some reason, is that, and maybe this has just because of the whole country thunder blunder situation with the
right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, maybe that's why, but there's a group out there that's called Coastal Crusaders. It's a nonprofit organization started by an incredibly ambitious junior in high school, but she started about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's Sea Turtle Kickoff. One of the things, so that's going to be on Friday, or no, April 30th. So that is, what day
Thursday.
is it? Thursday. Yeah. Thursday night at Johns Pass Park. Free parking available in partnership with Pinellas, Keep Pinellas Beautiful, and the city of Madeira Beach. And they have done one before, but this is one of the things that is so cute about what they do is they create these beach boxes, which I'm sure people have seen on the sand. And I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. Yep. And it's a beach box where so many tourists don't know what to do with their old, you know, they buy some stuff from the dollar store or wherever, and it's, you know, beach toys or whatever. And so you put them in this beach box so that there's no way that it can interrupt any activity with the turtles. And they do different events around, but they're doing just basically a beach cleanup in preparation for sea turtle nesting season, as we've talked about it, in being really large in this area as The lights are protected at this point, and all of the fill the hole and educational. So that's adorable. That's a mother and daughter.
Yay.
Yeah, that's cute. That's really
Yeah.
cute. I love that. And
So shout out to the Coastal Crusaders. I was
for
going to say that's
sure.
adorable. And what they do, guys, is they are actually going to kind of see, here's my true crime brain. We were talking before the show that I love myself a true crime podcast, and I'm a
Yeah,
Dateline woman and a 48 hours and all the things.
me too.
The thing I love is that they're going to treat this like a search and rescue. So they're going to line up, is my understanding, and sweep the beach.
Yes.
Meaning that if they find any evidence of the sea turtle nesting, they're going to be able to mark those off for safekeeping.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And the fact that they also do donation boxes of the beach boxes, that to me is the most adorable idea, next to the little libraries, right, that people put in their front yards where you take a book, leave a book, if you will. There is one
of those in our subdivision.
I feel like there was a beach box not far from the 131st beach access.
I do too. I think that you're right. I think
and maybe that was pre-hurricane.
There's a couple of them. I mean, I love this idea. I think it's adorable, and you're right. And they have Clearwater Aquarium and a whole bunch of other local nonprofit and corporations are on the beaches patrolling them every morning just to see.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people. We're doing the Turtle Lord work. I mean,
we are.
So speaking of the Lord's work,
understand how they're important to the ecosystem, but we're just going to note it as they are.
To me, they are the bumblebees of the sea. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Which reminds me, save the bees. I don't think that they do the pollination and everything that the bees do.
They probably do something like that, though.
I don't know. I just imagine the Australian turtle from Finding Nemo, where it's like, surf on, bro.
Surf on, bro.
And to me, it's Sean Penn from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's what's his name? Spicoli. No. Yeah. Spicoli. Yes. Spicoli.
And that is where my middle child's name came from, Brody.
Shut.
Oh, it is. It is.
Shut. How did I not know this?
It is.
Okay.
I came home thinking that would be a good name, Brody, and then of course Michael jumped on it because of that movie.
That is so funny, and I love it. God, I love it. Okay, now I'm like totally thrown off because
okay, so focus. Okay, so then on Saturday morning,
speaking of the Lord's work, so then Saturday morning,
these ladies do the Lord's work.
Yes,
and I cannot say enough good things about the Trash Pirates.
Yes,
they are so consistent.
Yes.
And their filter of everything they do is literally through that. And it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me there. And so I was
going to say, if you're new here, the Trash Pirates are based out of Madeira Beach, and shout out to Candy and Audrey. They do a monthly cleanup every month. And by the way, for us,
don't miss it.
So we can actually help out and do the monthly meetup and clean up our lovely beaches. But I know that everywhere they go, everywhere you go, every smile you see, it doesn't matter if they're walking to the 7-Eleven, they're picking up as they go. And it's one of those things where it's like, pay it forward. And so I feel like we could all take a note that if you see something, pick it up. And just pick it up, and it makes a difference. It really does, especially of a town that's only 2 miles long. I mean, it really makes a big difference.
It does.
And so, monthly cleanups every month, like clockwork.
Yeah, and they're doing theirs at Caddy's.
Great.
Yeah, they're at Caddy's Madeira Beach, and then also at John's Pass, like usual.
Either way, getting a bloody. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we need to go.
So I actually think, correct me if I'm wrong, but they actually meet up at 8:00 in the morning. Is that correct?
Do.
Okay. So make sure you show up at the designated spots. And you know what? If you don't need the recognition and you don't need the Bloody Mary like I do, pick up where you walk.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be only from 8 to 10.
That's exactly right.
I love
every day. practice what you preach. So yeah, shout out to the Trash Pirates. Love you always.
Always.
And other than that, girl, I don't know if we want to get too much ahead of that.
I don't know if we do either.
Because
I think that's probably going to be about it, because that's a lot this week.
it's a lot.
It's
I was going to say it. The other thing I wanted to make sure to mention that's exciting happening here in town is that actually this week on April 30th, we are going to have the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Beachmaker, the new Beachmaker Marriott Autograph Collection hotel that's going to be built here in Madeira Beach. It's been a long time coming. For some of us that have been involved on the Century 21 side, which of course is the listing agent here in town, this has
like
been
5+ years.
Not quite.
No.
A couple of years. It's been a couple of years. I mean, the thing about this is the projects of this magnitude, they take a couple of years.
They do.
And obviously we had a little setback like everyone else in the area with the hurricanes.
With the hurricanes.
But yeah, everything's been trucking along. And so we are actually doing the ribbon cutting again to mention the successful move over of the saltwater hippie across the street.
Yep.
Actually, I have it on good authority that the ribbon cutting ceremony, unofficial after party will be at Saltwater.
Yeah, I don't know how it can't be, right?
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say that's actually going to be, guys, that's actually going to be on Thursday, April 30th. It's going to be very exciting. If you're in the area, 10 a.m. is when I've been told the event is going to kick off. I can't guarantee the scissors will fall then, but that's when we're going to start our shindig. So you should come on down.
It's super exciting.
Exactly.
It's really great for Madeira Beach too. And I know that there's, controversy as there is with everything that's ever built, right? Like
100%. But
just think about the amount of money that the tax, that the city is going to generate from this too.
100%. And, it's interesting to me just kind of having, working, you and I both working for the Century 21 Beggins Enterprises that actually has the exclusive listing agreements for the project. It's interesting because a lot of the buyers, I can say, are not who the general public would think it would be.
No,
and it makes sense for us in our world, but there's a lot of locals. There's a lot of Barrier Island people that live here that are going to treat this not only as a cash generating income property for themselves, but with 90 days owner usage, they're using this as their own beach house to put their friends and family when they come to stay.
That's right. And as well as then also get to reap the benefits of it, right?
In the entire time, because you are a member and an owner, you're going to be able to use the resort and use all of its amenities every day, whether you're staying there or not. That there's also a lot of people Tampa. Okay. So you have a lot of, I call them Tampanites. I hope that's not offensive. Tampanites.
It would be.
But they're, again, beach house.
Yes.
That's my 90-day usage beach house. Otherwise, it's a set it and forget it. So anyway, we didn't mean to take this on a sales pitch, but this is a very exciting project that's going to bring a lot more exciting opportunities to our city for income generating economy.
Right.
So that's going to be this Thursday, and that is at 10 a.m. if you decide to join us on Madeira Way. Other than that, anything else to tell the good people?
No, that's it.
All right, folks. Make sure to give us a like and a follow on the socials. And of course, you can find full episodes on Spotify and YouTube. Other than that, guys, stay salty.
Yeah, stay salty and sip often.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.